Gary, 3-0 defeats. How did you see it today, though?
A tough one, really. Like I said, the themes throughout the season have not reappeared today. They haven't gone away, but they've been really, really prevalent today. We play against a really, really good side who create lots and lots of chances, game after game after game, and we contain them really, really well for 45 minutes. I think they had one shot, maybe two in the first half, but certainly one on target. It's dealt with easily, so we contain them really, really well. We have our moments as well in the first half, some really good bits. So has a chance, but as I said, look, I think we have some really good opportunity to put some good ball into the box, and maybe decision making and execution was a little bit off. So a really even, good game of football first half, and then we come out in the second half and have a really, really good spell. Probably our most creative spell in the game. And then 10 minutes in, look, we make a mistake. And that changes the whole complexion of the game. There's no getting away from that. The obvious thing is, and we then react to that poorly. We don't react well to that, and that one goal brings a second, and that really then kills the game. The first game, once you concede that, that pretty much, as I say, kills the game. So they go and get a third, but it just shows the importance of staying in games, still believing in games, because the penalty, whether it had been maybe would have brought it back to 1 or 2-1. At 2-1 with a few minutes still left to go, you can chuck you can chuck everything at it, which we did, and look, they did throughout. Every individual in there gave us everything. Continue to fight, and like I said, look, it won't be it won't be a result that defines our season, for sure. But look, I don't know what we can do in terms of legislating and trying to get rid of those little individual errors, because that's what's cost us today, really. But again, I will sort of single Will out. He's been absolutely fantastic for us, not just today, for a number of seasons, and I could count the number of errors that he's made on one hand. So he's been fantastic. So it's not him. He's been on the end of a couple of scorelines this year that he shouldn't have. And again, look, so you've asked me my thoughts on the game. My thoughts are really raw at this moment in time, because I feel, like I say, it's something that we haven't been able to affect today, because, like I say, it's just an individual error, and they happen week after week after week, whether it be at the top end where we miss good chances, or at the the other end where we've conceded. So that one goal changes the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah, I think you've summed up perfectly the game in one answer. Luke Haynes coming off at the end. Let's ask you about that. I mean, for him to go down, it must be bad. You were short of defenders before kick-off. How is he now? Is he looking some pain coming off?
So look, really early, the assessment, we won't know yet. He thinks he's just rolled his ankle. It's come up already. We could do without that. The only blessing might be 2-, 3-fold, 4-fold, whatever it might be, is that look, we've got 2 weeks now, so that gives him some time. That 2 weeks gives us some time to reflect on what we need to do. We need to do something, as I said, something different, whether or not that is ripping the script up and doing something different. That we're fighting that group in there, are giving everything. They really are, and you see that with some of the performances, but there comes a point where it can't just be bad luck. Look, maybe we have to go a different way with things. So it gives us a bit of time to decide that and really sort of try and nail that down. So we'll work really, really hard over the next 2 weeks, whether it's to get additional bodies through, work on bits, but there'll be plenty of self-reflection in that time as well. So we can ill afford to lose Luke for any period of time. Like you said, again, that we're forced to use Will King as a makeshift centre half today, but it's a role he's done for us on many a time. Certainly last year, double figures where we've had to use him in that sort of position. But look, without Ed James, 𝗣cie𝘀𝘁-𝗁, we tried to get someone in over the weekend as well, just to help us out today. And we weren't able to get that one done. I'm hopeful that we might be able to do something. Like I said, we're having multiple conversations all week, but it's really, really difficult to get people in terms of the right quality, and in terms of logistically, financially, all the other things that play a massive role in that. And yeah, look, we'll try and fix that over the next couple of weeks, because like you say, look, if Luke's out for some period of time, we'll need some cover for that.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.